We offered you some gift ideas on This Week in Agribusiness as Chad came by to help me co-host the show, but let's go a little bit slower on these, young man, to give folks a better idea of what they are and where you can get them. These Streamlight Flashlights are amazing. First of all, they're incredibly durable. That's important to a farmer or somebody like myself who beats them up. I'm a huge flashlight guy. I mean, I can't pass.
Max, are you saying right now I'm going to have a hard time getting those out of the studio today?
That's right. But this one is remarkably bright. Oh. These LED lights, many of them are bright, but this thing is stunningly bright.
Well, it's interesting. This is really what our police and fire departments use. That's the caliber of it. But you hit the nail on the head, Max. It's compact and just so bright. As you notice, these batteries have a little micro USB port to charge them. No big bulky chargers,
Look at
no
that.
cords.
Yeah, there are two of these batteries.
Yeah.
Angelo, can you get a shot of that? Look, it's got the port right there where you would plug it in to charge it up.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
And Max, the little flashlight, has the same port to charge the whole flashlight. So this technology is pretty amazing. You know, it goes to show you, I've got one of the old mag flashlights, Max, that we all have.
With the big D cells in it?
That we probably all still have. And let me tell you.
Will you ever throw a flashlight away? No, I won't.
Absolutely
Unless
not.
the batteries corrode in it.
But when Max and I were talking about what items do you get your farmer, man, this is a home run on this table. Flashlights are certainly high on that list.
This vacuum, it's a battery-powered vacuum.
Yep. Uses the same batteries as your Milwaukee Tools do.
Oh, okay.
As you pull that out of there.
So is the battery separate then when you go to buy the vacuum?
Yeah. But the nice part about this is, and I'll just let Max hold the battery, is how compact this unit is. So Max, you can take it up in the cab of your tractor, right, up into your combine, which is always a miserable pain for a farmer because you've got a big bulky shop vac. And just how portable this is and very powerful. This is an exciting, kind of neat, different application for, you know, remote powered tools on the farm.
Very good. And it's got pretty good capacity?
Oh, yeah, great capacity, lots of power.
Come on, turn it on. Turn it on.
All right, okay, fine. Hey, let's go. Wait a minute. Now, we probably don't recommend getting this for mom, okay, for Christmas. Maybe this is more of a dad gift, right, Max?
Hey, listen, she goes after my tools, so I could use her vacuum. What about the drone? I don't need a drone. I'm not in the market for a drone.
It's hard for me not to have a drone here. You know, being around this space for the last 7 or 8 years, Max, we've come a long way. And the reason why I brought a drone in is this. It's from Flying Ag. It's a DJI Phantom 4 version 2, so it's the latest and greatest. Amazing package. But the nice part about it is they just work flawlessly today. We don't have drones that fly away and do crazy things. They've got redundant systems and better cameras, better props, it's quieter, it's just a better widget, and they work so well. And there's so many great ag applications. I think in 2019, we're going to finally, maybe for the first time, see how that data side starts to integrate with agriculture. And man, all it starts with is that.
And you could do that with this Flying Ag drone.
Absolutely, it's really nice.
What's the red Milwaukee item in front of you there?
So this is pretty neat. It's an infrared temp gun. And basically it does just what it says. If you hold the trigger down and put it on the wall back there, it says that it's 81 degrees. And this can be used, Max, for a lot of different things. On the livestock side of things, my goodness, today you had it, I think, pointed at my forehead this morning, Max, to make sure I didn't have a fever. But it's pretty interesting, very easy to use, Max. I'll let you try it. Yeah. It's got a red laser sight, and basically whatever you're pointed at, it gives the temperature. So pretty neat.
It is neat. I'm trying to figure out how I would use it myself, but
you know,
obviously
it's pretty interesting in your house too, because when you talk about drafts and those type of things, it's pretty neat to see. I've done it in actually my home where you can put it on a heat vent in this particular room, go to another part of the house, and you can see that around the edge of a window, those kind of things. It's kind of neat. Kind of the next.
I might be afraid to know in my house. We have too many drafts already.
The other thing I put on the show too is the latest generation of the GoPro series of camera, the Hero 7. And the reason why I put it on the show, it looks the same as the old GoPro cameras. I know the guys here in the studio are looking at it because we've been using GoPros for years. Max, the most interesting part of this is it has built-in stabilization. That's the key. So if you mounted this on your bicycle and were down the trail with a camera 2 years ago, it would be a very bumpy shot. Today, the automation in the camera makes that a very smooth shot. We talked about it here on the tech segment here last month, and it's a pretty big milestone. We're not too far away where that stabilization is going to be standard equipment.
So this is number 7, is that what it is?
Number 7, and they've sold millions and millions of these little cameras.
In about 5 years' time, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You have the iPad there by you and your iPhone.
You know, listen, it's hard when you start talking about gifts for your kids or your dad or whatever you're looking for not to include smart devices.
The point, you can get into some real serious money quickly.
Yeah, you're going to. This is the latest generation of iPad. This is the iPad Pro 11-inch. You know, looks a little different, doesn't have the button on it, Max, if you remember. It does have facial recognition, just like the recent iPhones. The other thing I'm really impressed with is the first generation of pencil was very cumbersome. There's a reason why you don't have one, Max, is because you just wouldn't do it. It plugged in. It wasn't very intuitive. The new one, simply you grab it with your hand, and as you clip it on the device, it magnets on. Not only does it charge the pencil, it automatically connects. So if you had the same pad sitting up here, Max, I could hand you my pencil. You could clip it on. In just a few seconds, you'd be working.
The thing that impressed me a few weeks ago on the television show, you did a side-by-side comparison of the tech segment of the speed difference with this unit.
Yeah, Max, it's incredible. I'll be honest with you, that's the first thing I do when a new tablet comes out, is I want to know the real deal. I want to see it. I want to see it right in front of me with the previous generation. I want to know. I don't really believe all the reports. And man, this thing it's a thoroughbred. It is absolutely as fast or faster than laptops from just a year or two ago, and that's the most powerful iPad they've come out with yet.
But I think maybe it didn't really hit home to me until you did that side-by-side comparison. I thought, holy cow, I'm still waiting on the old one to power up, and you've gone on to something else.
Well, it's like I did a survey on Twitter a couple weeks ago, Max, if you remember, and there was a comment in there, how old is your tablet? And the thing that got my attention is the vast majority of farmers that are listening to this today, Max, their tablets are 2 years old. So you have to remember, I was comparing that performance to a 1-year-old tablet. If we compared it to a 3-year-old tablet, you're talking about 10 and 15 times faster. And honestly, that's hard to even comprehend.
I think about 2/3 of us were in that older tablet category.
You are. I know you are.
Go. Let's talk about price tags.
Yeah.
These flashlights, what are they going to set me back? I won't get one of these for $30.
Wait a second. Were you talking about setting me back because you're going to keep them here in the studio, Max? They're about $120. I bought them actually locally. They come from Streamlight. They also make one, Max, that clips on your hat too, which is pretty neat, for about $20. But they're amazing flashlights. There's honestly not one farmer that's not going to look at that and go, okay, I need to have one of these. Moving right next to you, that thermal infrared sensor without the battery, of course. That's a $100 attachment to clip onto your battery. The vacuum, man, what a great gift for $80.
Excluding the battery?
Excluding the battery. Okay. Max, that's incredible. You know, kind of moving up the dollar amounts. The GoPro cameras, basically the same prices they've always been. Their high-end models been $500. This one is as well. When you talk about smart devices, this is the top of the line, the most memory with the keyboard and the pencil. It's about $1,800 to get everything here, so very high end. And then obviously the drone is kind of there's a reason why it's sitting in the middle of the table here, Max. You're going to be $2,500 there. But the thing we wanted to share with you guys was, you know, I think a lot of people struggle what to get dad or their brother that they're going to go use on the farm that has some value. And let me tell you, those flashlights, this vacuum, you can't possibly go wrong. And if you want to get a little crazy, just trust me. Buy dad or grandpa or your husband a new tablet. He could use it, Max.
I'll be looking for that Apple box under my tree, Mr. Colby. I want to thank you so much. Your contribution each week on the show brings us a real better understanding of the ag technology, and we do appreciate that.
Max, it's nonstop. Technology is nonstop.
Tune in each week because he's right at the top of the show of This Week in Agribusiness. Check your local listings for the local station near you, or you can catch us 4 times a weekend on RFD TV.